Hello, boys and girls. I'm back and I'm here with another story today. I hope you'll enjoy it. I came to sit in my window nook, one of my favorite areas for reading a great book. And I have a super book for you today. I heard from your teachers that boys and girls in kindergarten have been doing a wonderful job at thinking of great ideas, of telling their stories, and then drawing those stories with lots of details. I hear you can draw people that look real, with different hair color and different clothing and moving, and also lots of background details in your picture. So today I have the Just Right book to show you about an author just like you who draws and writes. But in this story, he liked his pictures so much and he drew them in such detail that he didn't even have any words on the page. But I'm going to give you some ideas on how you can draw with great details and then how you can also think of those great ideas. And also, you're just starting to label with beginning letters or write some words. I'm going to show you what this author could have done. Today's story is called Chalk. I hope you'll enjoy the story. The teachers might like to look at it up close with boys and girls to give them a little closer look at this book because it has wonderful illustrations. The author and illustrator is Bill Thompson. Now, boys and girls know that I like to have little notes to remind myself of those important things to tell you. So don't let that bother you. That's just my reminder. In the story Chalk, again, you'll be telling a story with no words in this part. And also, you'll have a chance to turn and talk. This book was dedicated to his family. It's a very special book. Sometimes authors like you like to draw and then make it for someone special. This author made his book for the miracles in his life, his very special sons, Billy, Nick, and Ethan. Now there's the title page. Now, here we begin with our story, Chalk. Now, in this story, boys and girls, you'll notice 3 people, and they are walking in the rain. And all of a sudden, they notice there's a great, big, fun piece of playground equipment, and on it is something special hanging in its mouth. It's a special bag. Be thinking. Wonder what's in that bag. All of a sudden, they peeked into the bag. Now, in the bag, boys and girls, was magic chalk. Not just any chalk, like sidewalk chalk that you might have played with. This was very special chalk. And the girl decided that she would pick out the yellow special chalk, and she decided to draw one of her very favorite things. She drew the sun. Now, boys and girls, I want you to stop and in your mind make a prediction. That's a big word. Think about what might happen. She drew a picture of the sun with some magic chalk. Let's find out. All of a sudden, the sun became real and came to life. They were holding their hands over their eyes because it was so bright. They couldn't believe it. You might have had that prediction. Now, I always have boys and girls do a silent cheer if you were right, so that we can keep thinking. They looked up again to make sure what they were seeing was really true. And there it was, the bright sun in the clouds. All of a sudden, that gave her friend an idea. The other girl in this story thought, oh, I know. I will also draw something special. And she chose to draw beautiful butterflies. And are you noticing? They started to come to life. They were everywhere. And they were cheering, hooray, hooray, we love butterflies, hooray. Now, boys and girls, you'll notice there's no words in the story. We can tell by the pictures what the characters are doing in the story. Now, here's the boy from the story. And I don't know if you know, but sometimes boys like to be a little bit mischievous. This boy was thinking, ha, ha, ha. I think that I will tease those girls. I know what I'll draw. I'm going to draw a super giant dinosaur. And suddenly, there was a shadow over them on the playground. And you know what it is? That you're noticing that it was the shadow of a dinosaur. They started to yell. They started to scream. They could not believe it. So they were smart. They ran and took cover inside the playground equipment. Quick, get in here, they said. And then, just in the nick of time, they all crawled inside. And that big T-Rex, he was still looking for boys and girls. Now, the boy knew that they were in trouble if he didn't think of a great idea. Boys and girls, I know sometimes your teachers have you turn and tell someone an idea. Teachers, if you have time, you might pause this and give them a chance to turn and tell someone close to them. One or two people. Tell an idea and listen to an idea. What could the boy do to help solve this problem? What's he going to do? If you don't have time to do that right now, boys and girls, think it in your mind. Suddenly, he began drawing clouds and raindrops, and that was a great idea. He was hoping that those clouds would make real rain come, and you can see it in the picture. Big plops started to fall from the sky. And then suddenly, if you know what happens with chalk when it gets wet, that dinosaur started to melt and disappear. Started to wash away. Hooray, their problem is solved. And there went the dinosaur in a big puddle of rain. Now these boys and girls, they were smart. They put the bag back. They decided no more. We do not want any more of this magic chalk. They wanted to put it away so they'd be safe. So they left the playground and began walking away, wondering, had it been a dream? Was it make-believe? Did that really happen? That was a wonderful story. Now, boys and girls, now that you can draw ideas and you can think of a great idea and draw it with lots of detail, I want you to stop and think. I want you to think about what you would do if you had a piece of magic chalk. What would you draw that could come to life? Think of one idea. And then when your teacher says it's okay, you're going to use your special sketch pad or white paper, and you're going to draw you. And of course, you might even be moving in the picture. You might be doing something. You might be walking, you might be running, you might be jumping, you might be standing and thinking. And then somewhere on your paper, I want you to make a box or a thinking bubble with your one idea inside. Boys and girls, think about one idea. What would you want to come to life? Teachers, when you're ready, boys and girls can turn and talk and share their idea, and then quietly go back to their spot where they can be ready to think about all the details that they will use to draw their best idea. Now they have to think of one idea and be ready to tell you why they chose to draw that idea. Now, boys and girls, in our picture there were no words, just the title. But what I want you to try to do is to think of some letters where you could label your picture. Or some words. I might stretch the word that I'm thinking of in my mind. I might know the first letter. Or I might be able to say, I like, and then I write my idea. I bet your teacher will have some wonderful ideas for how you can label or write a sentence to match your great idea. Have fun, boys and girls, drawing. Thanks for working so hard.